everybody, John Van Dyke here for New Jersey Exposed. Today is Saturday, June 12th, 2021. Time is 5:49. Well, we got another Blue Zero Hero story, and there's something great about this story that I like. I hope it's a trend. This is reported on KTLA 5 or KTLA.com, and I assume this is out of California. And it reads as follows. Garden Grove police officer charged with beating, threatening homeless men while on duty. Well, once again, this is not an unheard story. We know who police like to victimize. They like to victimize those who cannot fight back, those who have less than them, the weaker, women, children, homeless people, anybody. They don't screw with bikers. You've ever noticed, you never hear a story about a cop beating up some 6'5" guy that weighs 300 pounds. You never. I've yet to hear a story like that. Yet to hear it. If you find one, send a link to me. Because they always screw with people smaller than them or weaker than them or perceived to be weaker than them. Alright, so here it is, the story right here. Reads as follows, and this is dated June 9, 2021. A Garden Grove police officer is facing misdemeanor charges after battering and threatening homeless people while on duty. Late last year, in incidents captured on body-worn cameras, prosecutors said Wednesday. Once again, the camera's catching them. This is one of our biggest weapons. There's two weapons we have against bad cops. The camera and social media. And anybody can get a camera, and everybody can be on social media, and anybody can do what I do or anybody else do to stop these bad cops, which is to record them and expose them. That is our two techniques to bring these bad cops down. Officer Kevin Din, that's D-I-N-H, carried out the beatings on at least two separate occasions, both times while men's hands were restrained. See, they're cowards. These are cowards that carry this stuff out. The man's hands are restrained. They can't even do anything. This is how brave some of these heroes are. Both times while the men's hands were restrained, the Orange County District Attorney's Office said in a news release. The first was on September 20th when Din and a partner were sent to a restaurant that had complained people living on the streets were refusing to leave the storefront, the DA's office said. Well, where are homeless people supposed to live? It's not like anybody's setting up a camp for them to go hang out. Listen, I'm no liberal, okay? But there is a homeless problem in this country, and it's a big homeless problem in California, and the way I see it, all they do, the way the police or the government in that area there handle things, they just usher them down the street, and then they go to another location, and people don't want them there, and they usher them back to, and then they go to another spot. It's like, where are they supposed to go? Go find get a big camp or something and put them all in there and give them a toilet and a shower and give them some, those, what do you call those, MRAs? Those military ration dinners to eat. I mean, not everybody that's homeless is a bum. Yes, there are people out there that are they're mentally deranged and they don't know any better. But there are people around you that are homeless and you don't even realize it. Okay, Din allegedly knocked one of the men up the back of his head while holding the victim's hands in the air. He then twisted the man's hands while holding them behind his back. So the man is handcuffed and he's pulling the arms up like that and twisting them. The next month, on October 18th, Din was with two other officers investigating a package theft at a bus stop. As a homeless suspect sat handcuffed, Din struck the man's head and pulled his hair while saying something to whom officials said. Now, these cops do these things because they know or they feel they can get away with it. I always maintain, when you get hired and you work for somebody, after a while, you get to know what you can get away with your boss and what's acceptable behavior on the job and what isn't. The theft suspect was uncuffed and released after officers spoke with him, according to the DA's office. So in other words, they handcuffed this homeless guy, accused him of something. They gave him what we call here in Jersey or New York a tune-up. Police say they learned of the incident in October after they report. Now this is what's interesting, and I hope this is becoming the trend because I'm starting to read this more often. Police say they learned of the incidents in October after they were reported by another police officer who witnessed them. To whoever that officer's out there, thumbs up and to you. We need more officers like this to gain traction to get rid of these bad cops. Because the only way we're going to get rid of bad cops, which is to remove the qualified immunity and hold them personally accountable, but it's the good cops out there, if there are any out there, if there's such a thing, you are the ones that we need, you are the ones that are going to put an end to it. Period. There's almost so much that the public can do because we're not out there following you around on the job. Then has been charged with 2 counts of unlawful beating by a police officer, 2 counts of simple battery, and 4 counts of attempted criminal threats, all misdemeanors. He could face up to 4 years in county jail if convicted as charged. Prosecutors say, well, that's never going to happen. I suspect most of the stuff will all be dropped except for 2 simple assault charges for each guy that he whacked in the back of the head. And here we go. Here comes the, get ready for the coppagana story. Then has been on the Garden Grove Police Force 12 years and it is on administrative leave pending the outcome of the investigation. He was assigned to patrol the time of the alleged crime, the police department said, and here we go. We will not tolerate this behavior on any members of our community, Garden Grove Police Chief Tom DeRay said in a statement. It's like a line. I know they must have this up in their wallet and they just read it. It's the same line you hear all the time. We will not tolerate this. You may not tolerate it, but you don't do shit about it. Guaranteed that cop will make a plea deal and he'll keep his job. They'll put him on. It's misdemeanor. It's ordinance violation nonsense. So nothing's going to happen. The police department said it believes the attacks are isolated, but asks anyone else who may be a victim to contact the Detective Bureau. All right, there you go, people. Another Blue Zero hero out risking our lives. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe.